A process. A process is a sequence of different activities. The order of these activities is logic, and at the end they result in a desired goal. Every activity is called a process step. In a company there are a lot of these processes: sales, marketing, procurement, R&D, logistics, production, IT, strategy, continuous improvements, HR, finance. We can categorize them in 3 different groups: management processes, core processes, and supporting processes. Core processes are the heart of the company. They contributed directly to the customer needs. Without them, we have no interaction with the customers. So there is sales, procurement, logistics, production, and others, depending of the organization. Management processes will give guidance to the company on mid and long term. Here we have typically the strategy and the continuous improvement process. Of course, others can be defined, depending on the company. The supporting processes, they support the core processes. Here we have often IT, HR, and finance. Let's have now a deeper look into a process. As we said, a process is a sequence of different activities or tasks. To have this process started, we need a trigger. There should be an input. This input can be a previous process, documents, or activities. Also, at the end of the process, we will get a result. This is what we call the output. This can be a document, product, or service. Also, here it will go to a next process. But this process cannot exist on its own. This process needs resources. We need equipment, infrastructure, and people. So we add on our map the needed equipment and infrastructures. Also, we add the people we need in this process. To define who is doing what, we use the ROSI method. ROSI stands for responsible, accountable, consult, and informed. These are the roles and responsibilities. A responsible person is a person who will execute one or more activities in this process. The accountable person is finally responsible for the good execution of the process. He is also often the process owner. There are also persons who will be consulted, C, and informed, I, for a particular activity. So for every function involved in this process we define the R, A, C, and or I for each activity. We have now a process and the resources. It's vital for a good working process to measure the performance of the process. Therefore we use key performance indicators, or KPIs. It gives us an objective view on how good the process is working according our needs. There is another important part in the process, the standardized way of working. Everyone should know what to do in the process and how to do it. Therefore we have procedures and work instructions. While we are managing the process, it is important to know the risks and opportunities we have with this process. It allows to take the necessary measures to avoid problems and to have a drop in performance of the process. To make the picture complete, we can add the scope of the process. Why are we doing this process? What is the goal? We have now a lot of information related to this process. When we take now all of these things together on one page, we have a process diagram or turtle diagram. It's a one-page doc which shows all the ins and outs of this particular process. This is then managed by the process owner. In the middle we have the process steps, and around it we have the scope, procedures, KPIs, input, output, risk and opportunities, resources, and the roles and responsibilities.